Okay, there is one final thing that I do want to review about box plots using Microsoft Excel. That is the fact that there is an actual built-in box plot tool in Excel that is available there to make box plots. However, there are some significant problems with this tool, at least in my experience, which is why I create my own. It essentially has to do with the fact that the built-in box plot tool, it will create a box plot for you based on the prices you give it, the observations you give it, but there's going to be a problem because your observations aren't going to be weighted by revenue. So you will get results, but those results, I would say they would be very inaccurate, very misleading. So let me show you how to create it, and then let's take a look at the problems here. So for this box plot, I'm just going to select here on the box plot sheet the region and the pocket price per quantity. And then if you go into Insert, you have your chart section. Right here, where your histogram is, there's a box and whisker option. So I'm just going to select that. And let's put these two charts, let's put them one on top of the other so we can do a little bit of comparison a little easier. Okay, get about a similar size there. Okay, and let's make sure that our axis is the same. So that goes from 15 to 30. Okay. All right. And okay, and all of our regions are in the same order, the exact same axis, so we can directly compare these two charts. Now, there are variations between the different regions, but the two that I see as being major failures here, look at the Midwest region and look at the strategic region, and look at how the custom box plot chart that we built differs from the built-in box plot chart. And once again, this just relates to the fact that Microsoft, you give it the prices, you give it observations, it's going to weight each of those observations the exact same. So in the cases of the prices that I fed into it here, say for the Midwest region, it only is taking these 4 observations of price from 1811 up to 2484, and it's weighting each of those equally. So that's why when you look at the built-in box plot chart, that's why your median is all the way up here at about $23, while in reality, when you weight it by your pocket revenue, so you can actually see where where the majority of your sales are happening at which of these prices, or if you were to weight it by quantity, for instance, you would see that some of these prices you need to pay more attention to than others. And for the Midwest specifically, you can see that the median pocket revenue for our calculations right here at $18, just right above $18, and that's because when you look at our actual data set over here, you can see that of the $101,000 that were sold in the Midwest, almost $62,000 of that was sold at 1811. That's 61.23%. Unfortunately, the built-in Microsoft Excel tool doesn't pick that up because it doesn't have a way to weight anything by something that you have happening in another column of your data set. So that's why it's showing you, this range that extends all the way down. It's saying the median here is actually at 23. Well, no, it's actually at that 1811 where you have 61% of your revenue coming in. A similar thing happens over here with strategic. You can see that because it's weighting all of the prices, the observations evenly, it's saying that the middle part of your box, and remember that middle box, that's the middle 50% of your population, from the 25th percentile up to the 75th percentile. And it's saying that this range here extends from $17 up to $24 and some change. But we know for a fact that it actually doesn't. All of that range is right here, $24 and change up to about $24.50 there. And that is because in the strategic region, it's that you have this huge amount right here at 2441. Let's see, you have 71,000 total, and you get, a good 30% of it right here at this 2441. And, the stuff that's happening down here at 2268, not as important because there isn't much of your overall revenue occurring at that price. So, although Microsoft does in fact have a built-in Boxplot chart, the fact that you actually have to weight the observations to get them to display correctly. I mean, you could use the built-in Excel chart, but you're going to have to massage your data set so that you essentially repeat the same prices according to your weighting, whether that's quantity or pocket revenue happening there. I find my my method a little more straightforward once you get your process figured out. And additionally, you have more control over the actual chart that you are creating. Note that in the Excel built-in chart, you do have a line that indicates where your median is for each of these, but it's the same color for the top and bottom of your box. I find that when trying to explain to your audience exactly what's happening, having the different colors between the top and bottom of the box does help to communicate the concept a little more, and especially when you have regions like this to where one half of your box, or as you can see in the south region, both halves of your box just completely disappear, it lets them know what they should be looking for. Like adding more color coding is generally, with a graphic like this, definitely something that I would recommend. So, yeah. That is why I build my own box plots, but certainly the built-in Excel box plot is there if it does meet your needs. But I would strongly encourage you to make sure that everything is being weighted accurately, because the last thing you want to do is to provide false precision, to provide an answer that is incredibly misleading, to say the least, if not just outright wrong. So certainly keep that in mind when you are creating your box plots.